Station 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Nice looking Thursday morning. It's time for Veterans News. Hank Whittier is not in the studio today. Gary Pasquale sitting in his place. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, listeners, and good morning, veterans. We got a great show for you today. We got Dr. Knapp with us, and he's got some really good news about access to the VA, which we are going to get to in just a few minutes, and he's got several guests, which I'll let him introduce. But unfortunately, this morning we do have a couple of casualties from the Department of Defense. I'd like to go ahead and announce both casualties are from the 3rd Cavalry Regiment of the 1st Cavalry Division. Both soldiers were killed in Afghanistan as a result of an improvised explosive device set by the enemy. We have U.S. Army Sergeant First Class Ramon S. Morris of New York, and we have Specialist Wyatt J. Martin of Mesa, Arizona. May God be with the families of these folks. And, again, we pray for the day when we don't have to advertise any casualties or talk about any casualties, that peace will be with us.
All right, we'll have Amazing Grace and Taps, and we'll be right back.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Okay, folks, every Thursday, our Veterans News Hour is brought to you by Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery, located at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in our own beautiful Ocala. When it comes to your landscaping needs, Bob Wines has it. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Bob Wines will deliver if you can't pick it up, and they even guarantee their trees. You just can't beat a deal like that. And they've been keeping things blooming here in Ocala since 1952. And when you go in there, if you tell them you're a veteran and you show proof, you'll get a 10% discount. You can't beat that. And we have something additional today, okay? Bob Wines is providing 3 2-gallon plants for folks that call in when Dr. Knapp takes over the shows and ask Dr. Knapp some good questions. We're going to put you on a list to win one of these 2-gallon plants, so make sure you're listening and have your questions ready. I'm going to go ahead and turn the things over to Dr. Knapp, and he will introduce his staff.
Well, thank you very much. It's our pleasure to be here from the Ocala Clinic again. I'm sitting where Hank sits, and I know, Hank, you're listening. Hank has had some family illness, and our prayers are with you, Hank. I have the pleasure of having 3 members of our clinic here. We have the administrative officer, Shannon McNeil, our administrative assistant, Linda Morris, and our enrollment clerk, Cynthia Ramos. And the reason we're doing a show on access is that you've seen in the news or heard on the news in the last 6 months, a big buzzword for 2015 is access. We want our veterans to be able to get into the clinic, be seen when they need to be seen, and continue to be followed up on a regular basis. So today we're going to talk about enrollment, we're going to talk about access, and then we're going to talk about something you probably are confused about and never heard about, choice cards, which many of you have received in the mail. So why don't we go ahead and start today, Cynthia? Discuss enrollment and tell us how you enroll in the VA clinic.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's an application process for everyone. And I encourage anyone that thinks that they're not eligible to come up and fill out the application anyway. There's a couple of things that the VA looks at in terms of eligibility. That's going to be your combat service, whether or not, when you enrolled initially, if you ever tried to enroll at some point. They're going to look at service-connected disabilities, and then also there is an income threshold. But I would say still come up and fill out the application. Don't be discouraged. Don't assume that you're not eligible. Come up and let me find out. You can get the application through me. You can call the clinic. I'll mail you one, and you can go to Gainesville and fill out one if you'd like.
Very good. I get confused all the time. I've been in the VA 10 years. I'm still confused on the on how to fill out forms, financial forms to see whether I can enroll in the VA clinic. Linda, you tell us a little bit more about those forms that the veterans are filling out.
We have the means test, as she was saying, that we go by a threshold. For those that don't have a service-connected disability, you can do a financial statement, also referred to as the means test or 1010 EC. And you list your financial status. And we also can sit down with you if you have a problem filling it out. Cynthia can sit with anyone, or I also accept them.
So we can get a means test right at the clinic.
Yes.
Right. And we do want to remind our veterans that obviously as you get older or time goes on, your financial situation changes. So you may not have qualified 3 years ago, but as time goes on, you may qualify now or in the future. Well, we've worked on our access in the clinic. Our goal has been to get new patients seen within 2 weeks. And we have audiology, optometry, mental health, and we've worked on our access as well. So I think we're doing better. Cynthia, how long does it take to get a new patient into our clinic?
Well, right now, I mean, typically I'm looking at a 21-day access or less. I mean, within 3 weeks. With the holidays, we have, providers out, that sort of thing. So it's fluctuating right now, but generally 21 days.
Well, that's very good. This is my 10th year in the VA, and I'm used to wait list of months and months and months.
Wow.
So before Christmas, we actually were less than 14 days. So to support this community, we actually have one of the best access of any clinic in Florida and Georgia. And we're going to promise you we're going to continue to work on that in 2015 and really improve that.
Doctor, if I could just interrupt, we've got 2 minutes before we take the 15-minute break, and calls are invited. If you have a question for the panel today, everybody who calls will get their name put into a bowl, a fish bowl, and we'll pick 3 names at the end of the show, and each one of those 3 people will win a $40, $39.95 actually, but just about $40 plant from Bob Wines. It's described as a 2-gallon plant. You pick your choice. So 3 nice gifts today to 3 people who simply call in and ask a question. The number is 622-9622.
And you can ask us about anything, even off the topic today.
Yeah, all right, good.
Well, let me move on to a real controversial topic, which I know nothing about. This is a real difficult topic, and Shannon has been in charge of this, and she's a wealth of information on choice cards. So maybe you can let us know about choice cards, Shannon.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. Back on November the 5th of 2014, the Veterans Choice Program was put into play. And what this Veteran Choice Program is, every veteran will receive a letter and choice card in the mail with details about the program. Veterans will be eligible for the program and receive their cards in 3 phases. The first phase will be the veterans who live more than 40 miles from a VA facility. And that doesn't mean just the medical center. That can mean the clinics, the outpatient clinics. The second phase of veterans will be who are currently waiting for an appointment longer than 30 days from their preferred date. And you can be seen outside, but you have to have the card in the mail, and we'll send you a letter, and it'll have a number that you need to call the TPA, which is the third-party administrator, and you will be sent to where you need to go to get your care, since the VA cannot see you within 30 days from the preferred date. And all the remaining veterans that are in the system will eventually get the card. And I'm a veteran myself, and I haven't received my card. So they're coming, and it's a large task. So eventually we'll all get a choice card, even if we don't fall into those categories, just in case we have to use the outside services, the Veterans Choice Program.
Are these taken by all providers, or is there going to be a list of providers?
That's why the veteran has to call the TPA, the third-party administrator, and they will let you know who will take the Veterans Choice Card. So
Gary-
it's not a self-referred program. You have to be approved, and your approval has to go through the process before you can't pick anywhere you would like to go.
Okay, very good. We just need to take a little break, and we'll be right back. If you have a question and you'd like to call in, 622-9622 is the number, and don't forget today 3 people will win a $40 gift plant from Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery. We'll take a break and be right back.
The 5 reasons you should shop at Honey Baked Ham this Christmas.
1. Handcrafted, not mass-produced. No one can resist sweet, crunchy glazed ham.
2. Homestyle sides that are as tempting as they are easy.
3. Honey-baked desserts, sweet, yummy, and oh so good.
4. Holiday platters for easy entertaining for family or friends or employees.
5. Gourmet condiments to treat anybody's taste buds.
So why choose anything else? I can't think of a single reason.
Honey-baked ham, the world's best ham. So get ready to pass your plate.
Happy holidays from Honey Baked Ham.
Located right behind Best Buy, 861-0011.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
All right, 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's return to Veterans News. And Gary Pasquale is here, and we're talking about the different things that are good for veterans. And you go ahead and call in if you have a question, and you will win. Somebody will win. 3 people will win the plant that we're giving away from Bob Wines.
And 2-gallon plants. Yeah, let's get those calls. And, Dr. Knapp is anxious to take your call. We're just so blessed in Ocala to have the care we have, and being proud to be veterans, the care we get at the Ocala Clinic, I think probably is one of the greatest clinics in the country. And I'm not just saying that, I mean it.
And you do have a phone call, and you'll need your headphones to be able to hear the caller. And wait for everybody to get the headphones on. Can everybody hear me through their headphones? Can you hear me? Okay, good. All right, good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for calling. Are you there? Go ahead. You're on the air. Well, I see them on the air, but I don't hear them. All right, you have to call back. Something's wrong. Don't know what happened there. 622-9622. Sorry. Everybody put their headphones on for no reason.
Ready to go.
All ready for the question.
We'll go ahead with a couple more questions here. We're waiting for that viewer or that listener to go ahead and call back. Let me follow that up, Shannon, because it's still a difficult topic. So if someone gets a choice card, they need to call the third-party administrator to see if they qualify and what they can do with that card?
Now, if you let me say something also. You don't have to use the outside services. Now, say if Dr. Nat wanted to see you on January the 15th, and we can't get you until February 18th. That's longer than 30 days that he wanted to see you. So that veteran will qualify to use the Veterans Choice Program. Now, that veteran can choose to wait to see Dr. Knapp those extra few days, or they can call. Now, if you want to just wait for Dr. Knapp's appointment, you don't have to call. But if you want to use the outside services, you need to call the third-party administrator. The choice program does not impact your current VA care. You can choose to use it, or you can just choose to wait on the VA. It's totally up to the veteran.
I understand.
It's the veteran's choice.
Great.
Is it available for all veterans?
Yes.
Okay.
They qualify for health benefits, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But they need the card, right?
Yes, they should have the card. And we were just told recently that the TPA, the third-party administrator, they only get an updated list twice a week. So now we're encouraging veterans to wait a week after they get our notification that they've been placed on the list to call to get their appointments with the outside, the non-VA services.
Okay, got it.
That's actually helps me. I really didn't know much about that. I do want to tell the listeners, So we have a 30-day limit. We don't want any veteran waiting longer than that. But in the last year, we've done a tremendous job on our access. About a year ago, Hank was on us about our access, and it divides into two groups. One is if you already go to the clinic and you want to see the doctor, can you get in? And we're running about a 95% 24-hour access. Same day, within 8 hours, is about 70%. So if you're my patient and you want to get in to see me, you know that I can see you about 95% of the time within 24 hours. The second is new patients that need to get into the clinic, and Cynthia has mentioned that with Christmas, we're about 3 weeks. We'll get back to 14 days or less.
And Doctor, do you have a phone call? With the headphones on, see if everybody gets if we actually have a call. Good morning. Thank you for calling and for waiting. Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Neb. This is Kathy. I'm a volunteer at the VA clinic.
Hey, Miss Kathy.
And I just know from my calls that I do that some people are confused what the procedure is if they want to change C-box or if they want to change from the VA hospital in Gainesville to a C-box.
Miss Kathy, I can answer that. Good morning. This is Shannon.
Good morning. Hi, Shannon.
How are you?
Good.
Good. What the patient needs to do is they just need to get in contact with their primary care provider, and their primary care provider will coordinate all that for them. If the patient wants to go from Ocala to Gainesville and it's a Dr. Nat patient, he'll initiate that process on your behalf. There's nothing that you need to do but just notify your doctor, your nurse, or if the veteran uses My Healthy Vet, they could send a secure message, and their team will take care of that for them and get that rolling for them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And Kathy, you get a free plan from Bob Wines, and
I?
we'll need you to call us.
If you draw, there's a lot more people calling. I may not. We'll see.
Well, I doubt it. We got 8 minutes left, so I'm gonna assume you're the winner.
That would be wonderful.
Let me ask you something real quick, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Could you use a gift certificate to Pac Mail? Do you have anything you need to ship?
No, I don't, but I probably know some people that do.
Well, I want to give it to somebody who can use it.
Yeah, I know someone that does that.
Okay.
They do. They sell things and then send them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then you got it. You got it. All right.
Thank you so much.
You got 2 prizes waiting for you.
That's wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Kathy.
I'll be by. I know where you live. Okay. And I hear your program every week too. You all do a great job.
Yeah, thank you. All right, phone lines are up. We have 2 more plans. I think we'll be able to give them away. What do you think?
I bet. We got 8 minutes to go.
Dr. Knapp, in the past, if a veteran of the Ocala Clinic was feeling sick, he had to go up to urgent care in Gainesville. That's changed now, though, hasn't it?
Yes, in the last 12 months, we've made a huge inroad into our same-day access, 24-hour access, and we're not perfect, and no one's perfect as far as 100%, but I gave you the statistics, and we want to hear from the veteran. And we have each provider and PAC team has same-day access. So if you're sick, we want to hear from you, and the vast majority of time, we can see you in the office.
Could you usually get to see your own primary care doctor or whatever doctor's available? How does that work?
Yes, sir. Almost uniformly, it's your same doctor.
Well, that's just fabulous. You can't ask for better than that.
I know Hank actually, we asked Hank about 8 months ago to write a list of any veteran that could not get in, couldn't be seen within 24 hours, and keep a list of veterans he knew, and the list has no patients on it after 8 months. So I think we're doing a pretty good job.
That's a really good job, yeah. Yeah, big improvement
job.
from years ago when people were saying there was a long, long wait, right?
Yes, sir. It was. This has changed. I've been in the system 10 years. It is. I was telling one of the doctors yesterday, this system's changed.
And I think that, Hank has been doing this show probably more than 10 years, just maybe a little bit more. And I think that was one of the first complaints.
Yes.
How long has it been done?
About 15 years.
15 years. Oh, wow.
Plus.
So yeah, I think that was one of the complaints early on, and then that has all been fixed, which is good.
That changed with the VA secretary three ago, which he retired 6 months ago. Well, I've got a couple of really interesting topics, so I'll address those in our last few minutes. Linda, I'm always been impressed with our non-VA care and how the VA has improved that. Do we use non-VA care here in Ocala?
Since we started the VCL, we don't use non-VA care. Our goal has been to see our veterans ourselves, to take care of them. So anyone that the VA cannot see, they use their choice card.
What about our specialist? Are we using our specialist in town?
For specialists, yes, we still use the specialist for non-VA care.
I will tell you that a lot of our colonoscopies are done in town. So if the VA can't see you for a colonoscopy, about half the colonoscopies seem to be done down the street by some of our local providers, paid for by the VA. So that's really improved. I want to move on to another interesting topic. Shannon told me the other day that we now are up to 6% of our population are women veterans. And as you know, we're having a lot more women veterans. Cynthia, are you enrolling more women veterans?
I am seeing more, but I mean, because I've only been doing this for a year, it's hard for me to compare it to anything. I think that generally speaking, there's more women in the military than there were 20 years ago. But
for sure. On my ship, we had 3 women and 997 men.
wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
The odds would be different now. What percent of, off the top of your head, what percent of new enrollees are female? Are we getting more than we did a couple of years ago?
Well, that's why, I mean, it's hard for me to make the comparison because I've only been doing it for such a short time. I mean, maybe 10? I don't know.
That'd be very good. Up to 10%.
I would say, like, in the last 2 years, we have increased about 200 female veterans
Right.
assigned to our clinic. Because last time I checked, it was probably about a month and a half ago, we were up to 643 female veterans that are assigned to Ocala.
It wasn't too long ago, about 2 years ago, I was preparing a talk for Gainesville, and we had 400. So we've increased that by 50%.
Oh, wow. Dr. Knapp, we have only about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
And again, for the listeners, if you call in, you'll win a plant from Bob Wines, a 2-gallon, $40 plant.
I hope we have some people calling. Hank, if you're out there, go ahead and call in and you win a plant. Okay, well, I have a number of other really interesting issues. A lot of you use optometry audiology. One of the best things about the VA here is audiology optometry. They do a great job, and we've had a waiting list because it took us a while to hire somebody. So where are we going with that this year, Shannon?
We currently have 3 optometrists, and they are excellent. They're over here at Ocala West, and we have 3 audiologists. And right now, we're seeing our patients within 30 days for specialties for eyes and ears. And if they can't see you within the 30 days, and we go back to that Veterans Choice program, you'll get a letter in the mail, and it's totally the veteran's choice if they would like to wait for their appointment or they would like to go outside. You know, I'm a veteran, and I have not used any services, outside the VA besides something that was personal to me. I use the VA for everything, as does my husband. It's great, and just encourage our veterans to keep on doing the same.
Great info. If you don't need a doctor at the VA, but you want hearing aids or you want glasses, you know how expensive those are, please enroll, and we can get you right over to audiology optometry. Cynthia?
I actually was, speaking on that, enrolling, I wanted to give my contact information for anybody that wants to call the clinic and find out what they need to do, the steps for enrollment. And you can call me at 352-369-1328. And my name's Cynthia Ramos, if you didn't catch that part. And also I wanted to mention, if you don't mind, about optometry and audiology and that sort of specialty clinic. Those are consults, unless you have a service-connected disability, those are consults from your primary care doctor. So your first step is enrollment and getting assigned to a primary care doctor. I get that question all the time, so I just thought it was good information for the veterans.
And Doctor, you do have a phone call coming in, and we've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds, so not much time. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning. My name is Stephen. Do you provide hearing aids? I'm a retired vet. Do you provide hearing aids for your spouse?
No, sir.
No. But Stephen, you do have a plan coming to you.
Stephen, do you have are you service connected at all?
Yes, I am. 80%.
Okay. For 100% service connected veterans, there is what's called Champ VA, but that's all through Gainesville. But I'm sorry, you would have to be the 100% for your spouse to qualify for that.
Stephen, if you can hang on the line, we have to go off the air now, but if I'll get your information. You did win a plant today from Bob Wines Community Gardens and Nursery. Just hang in about a minute, and I'll be right back with you, okay?
Larry, could we just have Dr. Knapp give a couple second preview of our show next week?
Got 10 seconds.
Okay, very quickly, in January, there's a request that we have an hour show on cancer. And we're going to have a specialist on colon cancer, lung cancer, and prostate cancer. So that'll be the third Thursday of January.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Will we see you next week? No, that's Christmas Day. You won't be here. No.
It's our last show of the year, Larry.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
God bless each and every one of you.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
By employees angry over leaked Social Security numbers and other personal information.
A man faking a heart attack inside a Florida Walmart so his friend could steal toys, according to authorities. Video showing one suspect walking out of the store with a loaded shopping cart while concerned people checked on his accomplice. They've been arrested on grand theft charges. And first-time jobless claims for last week dipping to 289,000. Fox News, we report, you decide.
To give you your gift.
Me too. And I don't want to brag, but it's perfect. Like 4 million pixels perfect.
You got me a Samsung Galaxy Tab S? I thought we had a price limit.
It was on sale. I'm sure your gift is great too. It's not like you got me a candle or something.
Me? Nah.
Get $50 off the 10.5-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab S at your local Best Buy today. Connected tablets not included. Offer valid December 14th through December 20th. Other restrictions may apply. See participating stores for details while supplies last.
And now, a Golf Miss Carol brought to you by Golfsmith.
On the 12th day of golf, Miss my Golfsmith gave to me 12 Pro V1s, 11 Under Armour's, 10 Golf Tech Lessons, 9 Nike pants, 8 Bertha irons, 7 Golfsmith gift cards, 6 Garmin watches, 5 Iron 2.
Come celebrate Golf Miss, happening right now only at Golfsmith.
These 2 Cleveland wedges and a tap-in birdie on a par 3.
Golfsmith, anything for golf.
Your local listings.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that.